Dortmunder Actien Brewery Lager.
Life is too short to be drinking shitty beer.
Oh, it's fucking hot. I am melting. I do not like the sun at all. But I've got a can of DAB, or Dortmunder Actien Brewery Lager, from Dortmund, funny enough. And this is a funny one because this was a beer that was around in the United Kingdom in the 1980s. I do remember that you could buy like a big sort of cask of it, and it was not a cask. You could buy a keg of it, and it was considered, you know, the height of sophistication because you were drinking a German lager. I've since been told by my mate in Germany that this stuff is absolute dog shit and it's terrible, etc., etc. So what I'm going to do is I'm only going to fill out half a pint because I'm going to try a little experiment. It may work. If this is nice, I'm going to drink the whole pint because this is the perfect day for a lager, especially a German lager. And this is ice cold. It's just come out of the fridge. It's fucking roasting out there. It's up in the 90s at the moment. In Kent, I don't know about the rest of the country, but Kent is absolutely sweltering at the moment. And yeah, I thought I was going to try. I had a couple of stouts and whatnot to try, and I just thought, nah, fuck it. Do you know what? I'm going to get that lager on the go. So I've pulled this out of the fridge, and yeah, going to give it a go. Called Dortmunder Actien Brewery. They are from Dortmund in Germany. I've been to Dortmund once. Fucking what a story that was. I went there. I done a gig over there, and we flew into Dortmund and flew out of Dortmund. Now the thing is, it was with Ryanair. So they obviously, you know, Ryanair are a cut price airline, and they've taken over all the old military air bases in some places that have shut down and turned them into airports. So this one's in the middle of nowhere near Dortmund at all. And our old bass player, honestly, he's a fucking character. His band is called Fighting in Someone's House. Look him up, right? He's the singer, but he was a bass player for us, and he got turned away for being drunk and disorderly. Oh, he was out of his nut. He was absolutely off his tits. And the German flight attendant said, "You will go from this place," and there was nowhere. So he spent a whole day there. But anyway, yeah, I'm going off topic here. Dortmunder Actien Brewery have had a very turbulent history. I think they've been going since the 1800s. They've been moved around, closed down, taken over other breweries. Honestly, if you look it up, I'm not going to go through it. It was so complicated. Look it up on Wikipedia. You'll see what a turbulent history they've had. Where my mate said that they're a sort of a crap brewer, you know, maybe it's because of the stuff they're brewing that this has happened. They do a lot of contract brewing as well, from what I've been told too. Anyway, let's just get into the beer. Let's see what's going on with the beer. Mr. Magoo will get the bins on.
The name is Magoo.
Oh, and those who are blind can now see. Yeah, everyone in Britain, when this was around in the 80s, called this DAB. I'll have a pint of DAB. There's the can. Quite a nice looking can. Green. I think it was green back then as well. Certainly that trademark with the green rectangle, that was definitely around. We thought this was the nuts, you know. Even then we knew, you know, Germany brewed the best lager. Yeah, it's 500ml can. It is 5%. This is the nostalgic edition, 1959. They got it written on there. They must be fucking desperate. Yeah, Dortmunder beer. I don't know if this is like the Dortmunder Union. I don't know whether that's the style. But to be honest, it's all just bottom fermented lager at the end of the day. Yeah, it's just got a load of marketing gumph on it. Premium Premium draft quality beer. Premium draft quality beer in a can. Righto. Yeah, it's in so many different languages. They must try and export this. Okay, so the ingredients are water, barley malt, hops, hop extract. Yeah, so hop extract. So you know there. Let's get this open. Let's see what's going on. Right, on the nose out of the can. Bear in mind this is a lager. It smells like a lager. Some faint, grainy malt. A little lemon citrus coming from the hops. And that's all you're getting, really. I'm going to pour it out, right, and it will have me going all misty-eyed for the 80s and all that. This glass is fucking filthy. I'm going to have to sort that dishwasher out. Right. There it is in the glass. Now, this is all I'm going to pour out, all right, because I want to, well, it's not all I'm going to pour out because I poured half it over the fucking desk, like the twat that I am. Right. There it is in the glass. Now, it looks horrendous. There's no head. It's in a filthy glass. This really is going back to the 80s, and the carbonation is just insane. So on the nose, what are we getting? Yeah, it smells just like a, I don't know, Carling Black Label or one of the really cheap lagers you get over here. I could be wrong though, you know. I hope I am, but you know, sometimes you get really sort of misled by the aromas. And I should be ashamed of myself with the state of this glass. Wow, that has gone flat. That's gone from mental carbonation to nothing. Let's see what's going on the palate. Wow, it's super sweet. Really sweet. That's the first thing that hits me, is the sweetness. And then on the arse end, you're getting quite a big biscuit malt, bready, cracker type sort of flavour from the malts. That's not great. That could be anything. The only thing it's got going for it is the nice biscuity, bready back end on there. But everything else, it tastes artificially sweetened. It's not like the Dortmunder Union stuff. That wasn't bad at all. This stuff is not good. For a German lager, I have to say, this is probably the worst one that I've tasted. Don't get me wrong, it's got flavour, but them flavours are not great. There is a huge lemon citrus, but in normal circumstances I would say that's good, but it tastes a little bit artificial. I'm imagining that's coming from the hop extract. Then you get a big surge of biscuit and bready malt on the back. And to be honest, it hasn't got that cleanness that you get with most German lagers. I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed with that. It reminds me of a cheap macro brewed lager that you can get from Heineken, or, you know, how long have we got? I could just list a name for every second. I could just reel off a whole list of breweries this could come from. There is nothing distinguishing about it. It just tastes cheap. And I imagine if you're German, yeah, you've got sort of standards, and this is, Jesus, I'm hoping this is really, really cheap. And you know, it does remind me of the stuff you used to get in the 80s. And, you know, we used to think this was great. And fucking hell, the 80s really were the dark ages when it came to lager. Not so much bitter. You know, you could get some ales and decent bitters over there, but fuck me, that is bad. So what's the verdict on this? Well, I've left this in a can because I want to do another video on light and lager. I'm going to record this straight after, so keep an eye out for that. This is crap. This is like going back to the 80s. This is the sort of crap you would be drinking in the 80s, getting absolutely hammered, falling out of a pub, getting into a fight, going down to football. Basically, it reminds me of a working class lager that you'd get in any given London pub or any pub up and down the country, you know. It's really, you know, you could say it's got no character. Well, I suppose it has if it's reminding me of the 80s. But yeah, it's not good. And I can see why this was popular in the 80s, because it was pretty similar to everything else that was going on. So that's going to get a 4 out of 10, and I'm not going to recommend it. And remember, I'm drinking this shit so you don't have to.